Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got a game in the Atlanta for you. There's Norm Scott, no EOP in that legendary slot, the right hand perk there. Normally I would have that on there, and in this game we're going to see an example of why, but I think I was going for fire missions or something and had switched that off without putting it back on later. So here we got a game, Haven, capture the base. We saw about a minute snippet of this on the Black Ship preview video I did yesterday. But the game I thought was a pretty solid game for the Atlanta in terms of flow, in terms of the evolution of the role as the game goes on, and get a pretty good score at the end too. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. We're getting close to 20k subscribers, guys. If you want to keep slapping that subscribe button around, as soon as we get close, we're going to start putting together some giveaways. Premium ships, tiers 4, 5, 6, usually what we get our hands on for the giveaways. So if you're interested in that, if you enjoy the channel anyways, and you want to just make finding the videos a little bit easier for yourself, go ahead and subscribe. Here we're moving into position now. Note the island composition here, or the formation of this island. Okay, it's really tall on the right-hand side of the screen. Then there's this little cutout section that's how I would term it, where it kind of dips down and then tapers off. These are, maybe they look good, maybe not. Who knows? It's not aesthetically chosen. These designs, they're purposely done this way. All right, the high part of the island, you're not supposed to be able to shoot over them, but these little cutout sections like we're playing right here, that's designed mainly for cruiser play, but a lot of ships can utilize them. But see, we got the part of the island that sticks out right in front of us, blocking that gap down the field, all right? So any ships downrange there, and the Pensacola gets deleted by one of our teammates, but any ships downrange there, they have no line of sight from us, okay? So these are intentionally designed maps. Haven, I think, is probably the best map for cruisers in the game. I love it when I'm in a cruiser and we get this map. A lot of opportunities to fire from protected positions. So if Ibuki pops up over there, we're of course going to try and target him. Long range, you can see how floaty these shells are on the Atlanta. Time to target takes a little while to get there. So not the easiest for hunting destroyers long range. We're going to see as the game evolves, though, how we become an elite counter-destroyer ship with the Atlanta. So early on, basically what we're trying to do, we're splashing these guys with the rain, the golden showers, trying to keep them back. All right, this Nelson. Now I want you to look at these hit ribbons, because we don't have the EOP. We're hitting the superstructure, we're hitting the deck, but we don't have the penetration to do it. So it's going to be like maybe one pen here and there, and then 10 block shots right there. That's the difference. If we have EOP on there, we're going to get more raw damage, but the fire chance goes way down. So that 21 blocked hits, basically those are just fire chances, okay? If you have the fire starting build. If you have the EOP build, the more reliable damage build, you should be getting more raw damage but less fire. So different philosophies. I usually prefer the more guaranteed damage approach. But either way, what are we trying to do to this Nelson? We're damaging him some, yes, but he can heal most of this fire damage, most of the HE damage. But we're just trying to aggravate him, make sure mentally he's saying, gosh, I'm getting spammed by this HE guy. I hate this. I want to turn around and go back. That's kind of the role of these American light cruisers. We take positions, and then we make them, you make it as uncomfortable for the red to push forward as possible. Okay, so he charged through it. He got through that, behind the protected part of the island. But he's pretty low here. And we also have the Belfast behind him. Pop the radar, hoping, due to the fact that we're spotted there briefly, hopefully we're going to spot the destroyer, quickly kill him. Don't pick up anything on this radar burst. Okay, so this is kind of a, we were reading the situation, hoping to get a destroyer that was maybe rushing one of our ships, but didn't quite catch him here. 8.4 is the range. I think I said 8.9 on the preview video yesterday. It's actually 8.4, so relatively short range radar. And here comes Tennessee. We take the shot on the Fubuki a moment ago, but Tennessee, same principle. Now look at the hit ribbons on the side here. We're going to be targeting the superstructure here. A little bit less armor on this particular ship, and we should be getting more raw damage depending on the hits. So still going to get a lot of block shots there, but we're actually getting more raw damage here. So certain ships we can naturally just kind of farm damage from their superstructure. Certain ships not so much, okay? And usually if we're playing higher tier ships, we're not going to be getting much raw damage without the EOP, but we're relying more on the fire damage. Nelson, boom, down he goes there with a nice ram, I guess. I thought it was a torp strike briefly, but he's removed. That's good. You want to get the Nelson off the board because he's got multiple heals. he can keep healing a lot of the damage. Now look at this. We switch over to AP, and especially with this EOP build, or non-EOP build, once I realized we're not getting the raw damage, go ahead and rely more on this AP here whenever we can. And look at these juicy shots. 3,000, 5,000. Big time damage. Broadside battleships, broadside cruisers. You gotta understand this Atlanta and these other light cruisers reload very quickly, and if you're not protecting yourselves against them, they are the highest damage dealing ships in the game oftentimes. So you gotta be wary of these things and make sure you're protecting yourself. We're already up to 73k damage, and we're just 5 minutes into the game. So pretty good start here. And now that we've kind of warded off that Tennessee, we got him low, he's not that big of a threat, we're checking the map. Okay, they got 2 other battleships, which are the main threats to us. They haven't left the base, so they're not a threat to us at all. Belfast, yes, maybe we don't want to get into a fight with him without playing it smart, but we're primarily focusing our attention now on these destroyers. And here comes the Fubuki. He pops up. He's kind of poking around that island, seeing if he can get some sort of torp strike on us. That's fine. We're here to wreck his day, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and finish this Tennessee off, of course, but whenever we get shots in this thing, and now that we're closing in, we actually have pretty decent chances to hit. He gunned his engine there, got behind the island, but we're not really worried at this point in time. The Belfast occupied, he's running away. We're going to zoom in here in a moment and see what he's doing. He's disengaging, trying to get out of there. Tennessee, trying to burn him down, trying to get him off the board, of course, because once he's done, the threats to our ship diminish. Fubuki pops up over here, checking on his torps, I guess, or trying to launch a follow-up salvo. That's fine. We got the hydro going. Quickly dodge those torps there. Crossfire shots from the base, so we do got those battleships kind of paying attention to us. Got to keep that in mind. So we're going to pull forward here, try and disengage. Not spotted. As soon as he drops the smoke there, no other ships have a line of sight within our firing range, so we're off the board for them currently, and we're just going to rush. Okay, Tennessee gone, Belfast gone, threats to us eliminated. Now we are major threats for these destroyers here. We got at least the Fubuki. We got another one that hasn't been spotted for a while. And keep an eye on that that grayed out ship on the board there on the map. He's going to be grayed out for quite a long time. So he gets out of here. But look at that, how quickly we can take down that Fubuki, and he's off the board very quickly. So pretty tight game here. We got 5 ships. They got 4. Note the compositions. Couple destroyers on their side. We got a couple cruisers over here, a couple battleships. They got a couple battleships. So when we're getting late in the game, these compositions are going to start mattering. Here, what we're going to do, we got a decision to make. Do we go to the base, the enemy base, or do we go to our base? Well, we got to read the situation. We got one guy between basically the entirety of the red team that we know about and our base, and that's on the eastern side of the map. He's got, I think it's a California over there. Down he goes, but he had a destroyer that was trying to get as close to him as possible, trying to probably board his ship without actually sinking it. Maybe they're trying to commandeer it. And then he had other battleships that combined fire and sunk him. So now they have nothing blocking our base. So it would be a massive mistake for us to go to their base. We don't know where that destroyer is, right, on the west. So let's say we all go to their base. We get on the base trying to capture it. That destroyer pops up out of nowhere, resets us all. And then meanwhile, they've moved their ships on our base. Game over. So a game that's looking pretty good from my perspective. We got full HP. And we're in a pretty good position to deal with this here. We could lose this game. So your preference should be to go back and defend. Once you've kind of cleared your flank, unless the situation dictates that that's not the play, the default play should be go back and defend the base. Here we got a couple shots here. Not spotted. Now the North Carolina just shot. So we're going to go ahead and fire here. Why is that? We're thinking to ourselves, okay, we got 30 seconds to get that island on the right-hand side of the screen between us and the North Carolina before he can return fire again. Hopefully not going to be a problem. Now we're going to pull forward here, and once again we got that little thing sticking out, little land feature that's designed for us. We should be dropping spot here, unless he can see right over it. Maybe our ship's sticking up over that thing just a little bit. I don't think so. I think we should be dropping spot here. We might have the destroyer spotting us, and wham! Look at that, he almost blew us up there. So about 19k on that 1 or 2 shells that hit us on that follow-up salvo. Big time hit, but we're able to take him down here. And now we got to play it pretty carefully. We know we got a low health Mutsu. We got some sort of destroyer over there. There he pops up. Going to check him out. He's low health Japanese destroyer. Probably lost a lot of health from trying to rush that California. And then we got the Unknown destroyer again. I don't know if I'd check the roster or not when we're playing, but it ends up being a full health Benson. Okay, and we got a lot of ships on our team left, 4 versus 3, but a lot of them are low health, so we got to be careful here. We're just going to turn around. That allows us to use this island to disengage. If these guys come around, they start presenting a threat to us. Maybe they're targeting us with the guns. We can gun our engine, pull to the left-hand side of the screen, or we can just anchor here and kind of dare them. You know, we're more effective in this position against the Mutsu because we can for sure spot him. But both of those ships trying to get on the base, which they need to do to win this game most likely, well, we're in a position to counter them at this point in time. But now that the battleship threat's gone, we got 2 destroyers left. We are now the apex predator as long as they don't kill us with the guns. Spotted, that's important to note. We go ahead and immediately pop the hydro. What we don't want to do is eat a torp here. That would be a disaster. But we're spotted, we're not spotting them, so we need to move into them. Okay, we're not going to sit here passively hoping they don't kill us. And keep an eye on the spotted indicator. We got Ingenious on our build, so, or a version of it, and that's slot 3 Norm Scott perk. We know when we're being targeted with the main guns. Don't know when we're being targeted with the torps, but whenever that 1 drops off, that means we're not being targeted with the main guns. Maybe he's switching to torp view. So every time we drop that 1 off there, we're under the assumption torpedoes might be being launched. So we change our heading there. Hatsuhara pops up here. He's low. We get the shots off right away, and boom. Down he goes there. And now we drop spot. Imminently important because we just fired our guns. We should know for a fact that if that other destroyer had a line of sight to us within the white circle, our max firing range, we would still be spotted here. But because we drop spot, we know there's an island blocking us, or he might even be outside of our white ring on that map there. He's so far out of position. But we did get a lot of information by dropping spot there. We're also located, which means, or now we're not. So all of a sudden we just traded places, most likely with this destroyer. We're reading a lot of information from all this, you know, these indicators, these icons on the screen. Huge amount of information to glean. You just got to understand how to read them. So what our play is here, we got Shirat Soyu going left here. We got myself following. And then we got a low health, I think it's Pensacola or New Orleans, going around the eastern side of this big island. And we're going to see there, boom, he pops up on the map. We check his health, full health. That could be an issue, okay, because we got a lot of low health ships over here. If he engages us all 1v1, we could lose this game. So currently I'm keeping a very tight eye on the map. I see he turns off, because if he goes around to the east to attack that guy, I got to turn around. I can't let this guy sink him and get away. Now we got these low visibility American torps pop up. We got to slam on the brakes, turn in. He's engaging our destroyer. That's a 1v1 he wants, but what he doesn't want is an Atlanta B popping up to support. He doesn't have the torps. We just saw him go down, and now he's in trouble here. We're thinking about launching torps. We don't need them. Look at how fast we can melt this Benson. So I thought overall it's a pretty good game in terms of a decision making and flow. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. We got lots of World of Warships. It's coming all the time for you. Questions, comments, leave them below. Love to hear from you, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.